Them a fight, 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 fight. Them one another, killing off. Them black brother, them a fight, 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 fight. Them one another, killing off. Them black brother. Oh why? Tell me why? There's so much blood in the streets. Why so much mother cry? Them a fight, 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 fight. Them one another, killing off. Them black brother.
Because, and these guys will tell us the same thing over and 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 over again. I sell coke. We know you're not touching coke. We know we looked at Forbes and you made $10 million last year. So why are you even rapping about coke? Because there's kids who's really thinking I can sell some coke because this guy, you know, but and you not messing with it. You be a fool. We watched Big Meech go to jail. We all watched the BMF story. We sat there and watched it like it was a soap opera. We watched these guys floss in the club. Every week we talked about it. Yo, you heard about BMF? Yeah, they bought 80 bottles last night. Word, da-da-da. Well, then we watched Big Meech get indicted. He got indicted, but da-da-da. Oh, he's convicted. He got 30 years. The guy's life is over. His life is over. Max B life is over. These dudes' life is over.
I can't believe in the structure of it. Of the gang. Be it Crip, Blood, whatever, because the structure itself is built on self-destruction and continues to thrive on self-destruction. And I can't be a part of it. I didn't want
I feel it has to either be a psychological defect.
Manchurian candidates we are. You can't even tell the fucking enemy in front of you because you think they cool. Ready to kill your own motherfucker, get up, bow, and kill him. You're a Manchurian candidate. Every fucking last nigga in this motherfucking city is a Manchurian fucking candidate who get up and kill his own brother like it ain't nothing to it. And respect the fucking enemy right in front of them. The Chinese, the Arabs, the Indians, all them niggas hate you.
But you need to overthrow the craziness in your head. The government and your thinking, you need to change your mind. Get what I'm saying? That's the key thing, so that you won't.
I feel it has to either be a psychological defect.
I can't believe in the structure of it. Of the gang. Be it Crip, Blood, whatever, because the structure itself is built on self-destruction and continues to thrive on self-destruction. And I can't be a part of that. I didn't want
Yeah, where your men's at? You know what I'm saying? Because I know that's where the change is going to come.
We got a generation to raise. We have a generation.
What happened to a people that built the pyramids and yet now live in projects? What happened? What happened to
the government and your thinking, you need to change.
Manchurian candidates we are. You can't even tell the fucking enemy in front of you because you think they cool. Ready to kill your own motherfucker, get up, bow, and kill him. You're a Manchurian candidate. Every fucking last nigga in this motherfucking city is a Manchurian fucking kid who get up and kill his own brother like it ain't nothing to it. And respect the fucking enemy right in front of them. The Chinese, the Arabs, the Indians, all them niggas hate you.
I feel it has to either be a psychological defect.
I can't believe in the structure of it. Of the gang. Be it Crip, Blood, whatever, because the structure itself is built on self-destruction and continues to thrive on self-destruction. And I can't be a part of that. I didn't want my son to come up like I came up. And everybody says that. Everybody says that. But cats aren't out there backing that up. What are they doing to change conditions now? The structure can't hold.
Don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to glorify nothing I did. But back when I was getting down, I had 1,000 with me. Now these kids is breaking the whole neighborhood up in the block where they only got 10 with them and 7 of them ain't solid. You know, and I mean, we grew up friends, loving each other, relatives and whatnot. We move and get a spot across the hill or something. Now all kids are gunning at each other.
That was my nephew also. That was my wife's nephew, Shauna's son. He wasn't a gangbanger. I'm tired of it myself. I'm sick of it.
I can't believe in the structure of it no more.
Welcome to the world we live in and the world that we know. Coming to you from War Real TV, that's manifesting our outlooks into a reality through vision. usually do the sports show, Let's Talk Sports Nation, but certain events that have been happening in the community have forced me to talk about more social issues and try to give my knowledge and information around those issues. Right quick, it's interesting. We've had an extraordinary amount of deaths already this year. January and February. It's just beginning of February. I think between Oakland and San Francisco, it's close to 20 homicides. Between those two cities of young black males. And then we also lost a rapper, a legendary rapper, a pioneer. But he was what I would call a young OG. Because he was after the Tupacs, after the 40s. He was 37 when he passed. But he also was somebody that carried on the torch and carried on the tradition and held it on pretty well, for a long time, the Jacka and the mob figures, Hustler, and those guys, they were holding the Bay Area up. And it's an interesting thing, because this happens in the aftermath of the Trayvon Martin killings, Michael Brown, you got Jordan Davis, and almost every day, you got Eric Gardner. Almost every day, you hear about some kind of police brutality. And right in the aftermath of that, what you have is us killing each other. It's pretty gruesome deaths. This year kicked off with a quadruple homicide in Fillmore. All youngsters, and some of them were conscious youngsters. Some of them were very intelligent and bright youngsters. I don't know about the other two. I think they all were smart. I'm not choosing between which ones, but I know two of them, they were highly intellectual. They came from the Hebrew community. And, it just is tragic. It's just tragic. Then right after that, you have C-Dub, who was part of the Young Dunnies. And that was the young hip-hop crew that was carrying on the hip-hop movement for the Baby Hunters Point. Out of Baby, we got Mr. C, RBO Posse, 11-5, TC. San Francisco has a legacy of rappers, and the Young Dunnies were the next generation of San Francisco rappers. Now two of them are murdered, J-Dub and C-Dub. J-Dub was killed last year. And then you have another string of homicides. His mother was killed in front of her house. And now you had the Jacka. So, for me, what's interesting about these string of events is I remember when the Rodney King incident happened, and I remember when the police beat down Rodney King and basically got away with it. I think even when the cops got retried, they didn't get no more than 4 years. The guys that beat Reginald Denny, they got 10 years, But I remember when the Rodney King incident happened, that made the brothers call a truce. The Crips and Bloods called a truce. I remember in black communities across the nation, we kind of, got the picture. It wasn't about killing ourselves. Now, with the Michael Browns, they don't even indict the man. With the George Zimmermans, it's not even seeming to resonate in the community. Maybe in Ferguson, but nationwide, it doesn't even ring a bell that it's not time for us to be killing each other right now. And then we strike a big blow to our own cause and killing the Jacka. You know, spiritually, I'm a very spiritual person. So, you know, spiritually, this resonates in a very dark way. You know, I know when Mr. C was murdered, you know, back in '95, I think it was December. I think he was killed on New Year's Eve, if I'm not mistaken. When Mr. C was killed, when he was murdered, you know, the ramifications for that, it lasted like 10, 15 years. You know, the ramifications behind that and the string of events. And I think, you know, there's a certain spirituality with this and certain things carry over. So, you know, the interesting thing is that with all of the protests, with all of the marches, with the Black Lives Matters movements, it's not resonating to the community. The community is not on par or lock and step with these movements. And I think that's part of the problem. I think that's where we missed the point at. You know, with Ferguson, the interesting thing with Ferguson, which people missed the point, is that Ferguson, that community started working together. I don't know about any laws that really changed, but they started working together because the county is predominantly African American, but the elected officials aren't African American. So that shows you that community had not been working together, it had not been functioning as a community. When you're that detached from the political process, your community is not functioning properly. And that's what's been happening to black communities across the nation, you know. And the Michael Brown sacrifice or the Michael Brown murder woke that community up. Black on black violence is down in Ferguson. You know, those are the points that people are missing, man. And I think, you know, we're missing the opportunity to go and do real outreach to the communities, because we can just go and just like it's interesting, man. The black on black deaths, the black on black violence that's been going on for over 30 years, man. I mean, even, you know, the average person would say, you know, it's time to have a time out, man. It's time to put some stuff to the side. You know, at least at one point, like I said, when the Rodney King incident happened, you know, that resonated with brothers on the street. Let us put our BS to the side and get to some real social issues, man. And it's like, it's just not resonating with none of these youngsters. They're literally caught in their own world, you know, and they're literally in a box, you know, because none of the outside world really seems to even vibrate or really even seems to have any influence or effect on them, which is very interesting. And I think that's the fault of community organizations and community leaders around them, because usually when I look at the Black Lives Matter, when I look at a lot of community politics, it's like they're doing their own thing without the community. They're not locking step with the community in their movements. You know, it's kind of like a parent advocating for their child to go to a particular college, but their child doesn't even know that. And their child is applying to go to a whole nother college. Or their child is getting in trouble and making it hard that they'd be admitted to any college because they're not locking step with their parents. So it's like, we don't understand the politics in our community, and that's why young people would tear it up. You know, they don't understand how their actions decreases the property value in their community. You know, if they understood the politics and they felt more part of their community, then maybe they would uplift the community and get involved. You know, I see a lot of, it's like the whole black agenda, it needs to be rethought, you know. And I don't see it really pushing in the right direction. And that's what all of these deaths are really an example to me of. You know, we're not really pushing in the right direction because, you know, you could change politician after politician after politician's mind. But if you don't change the minds of the community will never change. You know, because you're always going to have those political predators out there that's going to prey on communities that are not together.